we're getting a Blade game. Let's go.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
So for people that don't know, on Thursday night around like 7 p.m. was the annual Game Awards. The award show that highlights a lot of the games that came out this year, as well as announcing new games to come out next year and the following years. This year was more game, less awards. But that's just my opinion. But I thought it was a great show.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much.
But yeah, obviously we got some new announcements. And obviously some games that got awarded. Me personally, like shout out to the guys at Remedy who got those awards. One for Alan Wake 2 because I'm a huge fan of Alan Wake. I love the first game. Alan Wake 2, from what I've seen of it, was incredible, and I'm a huge fan of Remedy, and they deserve all the stuff they got. So I want to give them their flowers real quick. Love y'all. Please hire me as a game artist, please. We got some new game announcements that got everyone excited. I know like Monster Hunter Wilds was a thing that people were really excited for, as well as the upcoming in development Kojima title, OD, which again that got me real hyped because I'm a huge fan of Kojima, and this from what this game looks like to me with all those actors showcased in the games gonna be more, and that little door is gonna be more like PT from back in the day when I was a kid. That was a huge thing. But more importantly, Jordan Peele came out on stage and is confirmed to be attached to this project, and that got me hyped because everyone knows I'm a huge Jordan Peele fan. He's incredible. For this video, I wanted to highlight what I think personally was the best announcement of the entire award show. For people that don't know, it's clearly that we're going to be getting a Blade game.
Cool, very nice.
But people that do know me, and for people that don't know, I love Blade.
Sensational.
He's one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. I've watched every Blade movie repeatedly. It's my comfort film. I love it. I personally want to work on Blade one day in my career into comics. So this game was made for me, pretty much.
Let me in.
I think with all the Marvel characters to get their own games, obviously we've gotten Spider-Man. We're going to be getting some Wolverine coming out soon. We got some Avengers shit, but we don't have to talk about that.
It should be some shit going on around here.
Yeah.
There don't be no shit going on, fool. Things trash, you know.
But I think that Blade deserves the most love in terms of him getting his own game, and the fact that this is actually happening is so surreal to me. I've always wanted a Blade game since I was a little lad who watched Blade 1 for the first time.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
So what we know so far is that this game is going to be developed by Arkane Studios and published by Bethesda, known for Fallout, recently Starfield. And I know people's like, whoa, a lot of the talk that's online is like, whoa, Bethesda, I don't know. But hey, listen, Bethesda are just the publishers. Most importantly, it's going to be developed by Arkane Studios, but specifically Arkane Lyon. And Arkane Lyon is the French branch of the studio located in Paris. And they're responsible for the Dishonored series, which I am a giant fan of. Love Dishonored 1. Thought that is one of my favorite games of all time. I love Dishonored 2 from as much as I played of it, as well as the recent Deathloop game that I heard was a huge success. But here's the thing: it's only Arkane Lyon, not Arkane Austin, which is responsible for the critical bomb Redfall, which that's what people thought this game was originally. So what we do know is that the development team behind Deathloop is actually going to be be running the development of this game run by Dinga Bakaba, which, you know, was the guy on stage doing that fucking awesome kick out of nowhere, which was like, you know, kind of fly. I thought he was going to fall on his ass, but he actually nailed it.
Sit back, let us cook, and voila! Merci beaucoup! Merci!
Whoa!
My nigga.
Read from the press release by IGN is that Blade, according to Bethesda, is going to be a mature single-player third-person game set in the heart of Paris. Marvel's Blade game will take players to a quarantined section of Paris in the middle of a supernatural emergency. Vampires have emerged, terrorizing the City of Lights and forcing Parisians to shelter inside their homes at night to wait for sunrise. So that's pretty much, you know, the basic synopsis of the game that they have told us. And yeah, man, but here's the thing that's most important to me is that this is going to be their first ever third person experience, which that's got me so hyped, because you can't do Blade without actually, you know, seeing him actually whoop ass, and makes no sense, you know. So the fact that it's going to be their attempt to do a third person game gets me very excited and also very intriguing, just in terms of how they're going to pull it off. I'm expecting, you know, them taking some notes from, you know, the Arkham franchise, and even as well as, you know, Marvel Spider-Man in terms of the combat. Maybe we'll have, you know, like a free flow combat system, a counter system, and obviously with Blade using his sword, using his martial arts skills, as well as, you know, I would assume a good like third-person shooter mechanic as well, because, you know, obviously we know Blade for, you know, having the guns, having the shotguns. So, you know, that's going to be an interesting way to maybe go switch back and forth, you know, and have that, you know, interwoven into combat. That'd be sick.
For the love of God, please!
Obviously, you know, Blade being, you know, the Daywalker, you know, half vampire, half human. Obviously, we're going to be getting some, you know, some day sequences to see, you know, maybe Blade doing some investigating, you know, throughout the day. And then obviously when it's nighttime, when the sun falls down, that's when, you know, shit goes crazy. But yeah, man, it's just that's what that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just, you know, the daytime nighttime dynamic, and obviously, you know, it's these guys that made Dishonored, so it's going to be a lot of freedom of choice, which again, I think the lead director of Marvel Games I was along next to, Dinga, said that yeah, you're gonna have a freedom of choice to play the game how you want it. So I'm assuming, you know, you have the option to, you know, go guns blazing, you have the option to do some stealth, you know, and maybe that might, like Dishonored, like the choices you make throughout the course of the game will affect how the environment changes as a whole. So we could see, you know, different aspects of Paris due to Blade's choices that he makes throughout the game. I think this is a perfect location for Blade. You know, obviously, you know, Paris is the city of lights, you know, for its beauty, but it's nice to see them explore, you know, the dark side of Paris with the vampires that come out at night. That'd be really cool. A question I do have is, you know, obviously silver, sunlight, garlic don't work on him, but his biggest weakness is his thirst. You know, he still has that thirst for blood and takes that serum to keep it at bay. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a blood or like a bloodlust mechanic maybe that, you know, can counteract it, can add an obstacle for the player throughout the course of the game. Yeah, man, I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting.
A few moments later.
I'm wondering what characters we'll see though, you know, in the Blade world in terms of the villains. You know, Deacon Frost maybe, that'd be really cool. Dracula, that'd be really cool. But, you know, one of my biggest, you know, complaints with Blade, and that's just like my thing when my dream to write the character one day in Marvel Comics. But, you know, other threats, Blade exploring other threats outside of, you know, Deacon Frost and Dracula.
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want!
You know, they're going to do their own thing, obviously, with the story, but, you know, they have plenty of stuff to work from, you know, from the Tomb of Dracula stuff, you know, some of the 90s Blade stuff. I wouldn't recommend, like, the mid-2000s, early 2000s stuff with Mark Guggenheim's run, because that run is personally awful. But the new run, Brian Hill's run, which I strongly recommend people check out, you know, that new run that he's doing right now is some of the best Blade stuff I've read in a very long time. But yeah, I'm curious to know what the villain is. That'd be really cool. And maybe maybe have some, different types of vampires, to different breeds that have, different combat attributes, breed of like, the sexy vampires that we saw in Blade 1, but maybe another breed will be like, the monstrous vampires that we got in Blade 2. That'd be really cool as like another class of vampire. So yeah, no, listen, they have options to work with, the movies, the comics to go off of, so yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
But if you wear a Lakers jersey here, we'll kill you.
Oh.
Obviously, there's some talks going around, some concerns mostly about, which console this will drop on. People that don't know, Microsoft bought Bethesda and, as an exclusive for their own company. So a lot of the games that they'll be dropping will only be exclusive to Xbox. But there are talks that they can branch out into PlayStation if they so choose, depending on the game. There's a high chance that it could, it just be an Xbox exclusive, but they didn't say anything, so in the when they announced the game, so we honestly don't know. And also there's some talks about, what does this mean for the Blade movie? Does it mean will this game come out alongside the Blade movie whenever the Blade movie does, come out? Because at this moment they're like still working, through the rewrites of the script. But recently, Oscar-winning actor Mahershala Big Hirsch Ali announced that he said that the progress is going well and that he's happy with it. I think that the smart move is to release this game before the movie comes out, so it can get people hyped, get some buzz going. Hopefully the game gets great reviews, and that buzz will move forward along with people getting hyped for the film when that film finally comes out. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I've been wanting a Blade game for a very long time. Like, it's just like this was calling to me. This I need to cop this. This is getting copped for sure.
I was born ready, motherfucker.
Hopefully in the future we'll maybe play it on the indie corner when the game comes out. I would definitely be down for that. And yeah, y'all, come on, listen. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. What do y'all think of the Blade trailer? What are your theories? How do you think the game's gonna work? What villains are you gonna see? What do you think the story is gonna take? Let us know in the comments down below.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?